What's up, friends? It's your girl T, the nappy-headed jojoba, and before I even get started with this video, I am shooting with 100% natural daylight through my window, so it's going to be fluctuating. Literally, the second I hit record, the sun went behind a cloud. Today's video is time sensitive, so I wanted to get it up in a reasonably quick fashion. It's that time again. I've been getting quite a few requests for it. It is time for another health and fitness challenge. We are at the end of August, and many of you are sort of feeling the transition into the cooler months. Not us here in LA, just the way it is, but yeah, it's still gonna be warm here, but nonetheless, I'm in a autumn state of mind, especially as we get closer to Labor Day, and I'm doing pretty well with my health and fitness. You know, my eating's pretty good most of the time. I have been letting loose whenever I go on trips or if it's the weekend or something like that, but for the most part, I'm doing all right. And I'm doing pretty well with my workouts, getting in, 4 or 5 days a week, usually closer to 4. But and I'm sure many of you could probably use a nice swift kick in the pants to turn things up a notch. So it's time for another challenge. The last one I did was the Mind, Body, and Soul challenge, which I did in partnership with Ghana Goddess, who I love. She is another YouTuber, and she's been doing amazingly with her fitness journey, particularly since the challenge. I mean, she is looking snatched AF. Actually, I hate the phrase AF. I don't know why I just said that. It does not save time. Anywho, she's looking great. It's definitely inspired me to kick things up a notch and to up my game. So this is going to be another 6-week challenge. This is one of the longer challenges. Sometimes I do 3-week challenges. Sometimes I do 1 month. This is going to be a 6-week challenge. It will kick off Monday, August 21st, which is this coming Monday, and it will conclude on Sunday, October 1st. Last year I did the Fuck Yeah Fall Fitness Challenge, but this one's sort of more of an end of summer going into fall challenge, so I'm not really sure what to call it. I guess the name of the challenge doesn't matter so much as the challenge itself, but I like to have my snazzy, sassy names, you know me. Or maybe you don't, and this is the first video of mine that you've ever seen. Who knows? In any event, hopefully between the time I'm saying this to the camera and the time that I actually upload this video and you're seeing it, I've come up with some kind of name, and I will put the name of the challenge right here. So yes, that is what we'll call this one. Rules time. Water is always an important part of not just the health and fitness challenges that I do here on this channel, but of living life and being a human in general, really just a mammal. Rather than my usual water rule of drink of water upon rising, one before each meal, yada yada yada, the goal here is to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. So what that means is if you weigh 140 pounds, you will be drinking 70 ounces of water per day. That's a rule of thumb that I'm sure many of you have heard before, and I feel like it's probably a good unit of measurements because it sort of customizes the amount of water based on your size. And as usual, I could always stand to drink more water than I do. I really suck at making sure that I get in enough water each day, so hopefully I will do better on this challenge than I usually do. You must also work out 5 days per week for the 6 weeks of this challenge. Whatever workouts you want to do, I really don't care. That I'm not your personal trainer, I'm not your doctor, I'm not your life coach. So if you like to do CrossFit, if you like to do yoga, if you like to do traditional gym style workouts, whatever it is that you like to do, 5 days per week, but the workouts actually need to be strenuous enough to get you out of your comfort zone and actually feel like you are working. You have to put the work part in the workout. And I will also give you 2 passes where you can work out 4 days per week. In other words, you will have 2 opportunities during the challenge to work out only 4 days in a week in case, say, 1 week you are traveling and then maybe a couple weeks later you're just too busy with work. You'll have 2 opportunities where you can miss one of those 5 days and do only 4 days of workouts for those weeks. You can use them back to back. You can use them at the start of the challenge to sort of transition into working out 5 days per week. You can use them as needed on week 3 and then week 5. You can use them not at all. They're just there as a sort of break open in case of emergency. If for some reason you really can't hit that 5 days of workouts per week, don't feel too bad. Hit 4, you're still Gucci. Similar to how I never prescribe a certain type or style of workouts, I will also not prescribe any particular diet rules except for one, the usual one: no sugar. That of course means no added sugar. So I say this in every fitness challenge video. If you're eating fruit, that's fine. I would just make sure you're eating fruit in moderation. I don't want you double fisting pineapples because that will end up being a lot of sugar even if it is the natural fructose occurring in the fruit. But foods with added sugar are 100% verboten. People always ask me what added sugar means. Added sugar means food or drinks that have sugar added. The next rule is one that I've never mentioned in previous challenges, but it was always sort of implied, but I never stated it explicitly, and that is no alcohol, except for 1 day per week. You can have your turn up once a week. Again, I would like you to limit it to 3 drinks or fewer on that day. 3 drinks is still quite a few. If you're doing it right, you can still get nice and toasty on that. But alcohol can seriously derail the progress you're making in the other 6 days of each week. So rather than allowing you to be like, well, she didn't say no alcohol, I'm going to have a glass of wine with dinner, and then you're having, half a bottle of wine every night or whatever the case may be, I'm really going to strongly encourage you all to avoid alcohol, and then maybe 1 day per week on Friday, Saturday, whatever it is, enjoy your cocktail up to 3, but certainly no more than that. And believe me, it's going to be hard for me too, because I like to get lit. Fans of Movie Buzz and Tasted will know that I basically made a career out of it. The last rule is that I want everyone participating to take before and after photos. I've never required this before, but I really find them to be super helpful for me personally, because I always at least try to remember to take them. Sometimes I forget, and then my before picture is really on like day 3 or week 2. But even that allows me to see if I've made any changes, which inevitably I always make at least some changes, even if it's not a massive one. And seeing that side by side of the before and after is so encouraging to keep on that path and to make sure you maintain those good habits after the challenge ends. I do these challenges periodically because it's natural to backslide and sometimes start picking up old habits again, but these challenges are a great way to hit the reset button and try to get back on track. And those are the rules. That is it for this challenge. Let me know, of course, if you will be participating in the I don't know what to call this challenge. In fact, I may seriously call this the I don't know what to call this challenge. Maybe the fuck it, it's time to just do another challenge. But you guys have the rest of this week and the weekend to start getting mentally prepared, to start clearing the crap out of your cupboards and refrigerators, and start getting all those fresh fruits and vegetables and lean proteins in, whatever it is that you like. I know this is a 6-week challenge. You might feel the need to kind of go overboard with saying goodbye to things you love for the next 6 weeks. But please do so within reason, because you don't want to start off even more in the hole than you may be right now. I'm feeling good. In fact, I'm feeling great. My personal plan is to continue doing the style of workouts that I've been doing, which is primarily CrossFit style circuit training workouts, going to spin class once or twice a week for some straight cardio, and I fucking hate cardio. And then food-wise, I will be doing a strict paleo style diet. I've talked many times about my usual way of eating as long as I'm living right, where I don't eat sugar, dairy, grains, or soy, and people are like, oh, that's basically a ketogenic diet. At the time, I didn't know what that means. Now that I do know, no, it is not. I do not eat a ketogenic diet, but I do generally avoid sugar, dairy, grains, and soy. I'm going to become even more strict with that by eating paleo, except on the days where I decide to indulge in cocktails, which will be once a week, no more than 3 cocktails maximum. I've had some life changes, and I'm just feeling really good and really optimistic and really content and complete and happy, and just, I've got a big zest for life in a way that I didn't have last year, the year before. I'm really just, things are going well for me right now, and I want to continue that trend and get my body looking right, getting back to my best shape ever, which I haven't been in for quite some time. So for me, a big part of this challenge is going to be finding the balance between enjoying my social life and going out and drinking and dancing with friends, but not allowing that to completely derail my commitment in the gym, which I've been pretty good about since the Mind, Body, and Soul Challenge. Make sure you let me know in the comments if you're going to be joining this challenge, because I've been getting a lot of requests. So if it turns out like one person says I'm in, I'm going to be salty. Let me know your specific plan of attack for this challenge, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.